grateful that my mom is not a social media fan for this one, because I would definitely get a talking to and an earful for sharing this perspective from my perspective. When I was growing up, everything had to be the cheapest. It had to be bought at Goodwill. It had to be secondhand or donated, a hand-me-down. And that wasn't a hand-me-down from a sibling. I'm an only child, at least in my mom's household. And she was a solo parent and doing the very best she could after we immigrated from Russia to raise me, to help with my grandparents, and doing it really to the very best of her ability. And for all of those things, please let me clarify, I am beyond grateful. The thing is, that meant I didn't have name brands. That meant I was the scholarship kid and the financial aid kid. That meant that oftentimes my lunch or my clothes or even the things that I was able to do on the weekends and during school breaks didn't match the things that were happening by my peers. So what did this do for me as an adult? This is really the moral of the story. What did this do for me as an adult and my own parenting journey? This created the need for me to rebel. And maybe rebel's not the best choice of words, but it's really the actual applied principle. I wanted to ensure that my kids never felt left out, never felt awkward. I made sure that they had the best brands, the most common trends, and that if there was anything they wanted, we figured out a way to do it. Now, they may not have had 400 pairs of the designer shoes, but they did have the things that they needed to fit in. I had the things I felt I needed to fit in as far as work and everything else. So next, what did this mean for my finances? This did create debt. It created the things that oftentimes we are so scared of as adults and that cause additional stress. For example, credit card debt. It created a lot of challenges during my divorce, including having to file bankruptcy. And it has given me a lot of different perspective. The main perspective, though, is that it comes from a place of gratitude. I am so forever eternally grateful that I learned these lessons, and I can hope that I can teach and educate and be open with my kids that they do something different. I can teach and educate and be open with clients and peers and people going through all of these same life challenges and mentalities to ensure that really they have the opportunity to create and live their life, their dreams, not the ones that they were given in their childhood. If this applies to you, or if you have a specific money story that you'd like to address, a credit story you'd like to address, let me know. I think that more often than not, people out there can relate. And when we don't share these stories, we don't realize just how many other people would raise their hand and say, yeah, that's me. So let's support a better financial literacy, a better credit opportunity, a better way of winning the game of finance through leverage, through credit, by dispelling these stories and coming from gratitude. Look forward to talking to you soon.